In fact, is it still wet? Oh, it is. It's not fun if it's still wet. Cool this down fast.
Is this what this was?
No, not really. I'm just using it as a heat sink because it's a pretty good heat sink. Alright,
Sure.
so that pad, yeah, okay. So now we want to get rid of the solder on that pad. Right now it's already been fluxed, but I'll clean it off and show you how to do it from scratch. Okay, so you can either, if there's this much solder on it, it should be fine to just use the wick directly. But if you feel like, for example, the really small pads might need a little bit of help, you just take just a tiny bit of flux, just apply it to the top of the solder you're trying to remove. Take the wick, find the flat part that doesn't already have a ton of solder on it, which is hard. Okay. Place that over the top. I usually like holding it down with tweezers because the wick will get hot. And then take a soldering iron and just directly place it on top. Once it heats up the solder enough, the wick should absorb it if it's not already saturated. I think this is probably a bad wick. This is probably a little older wick. Let's add a little flux to it. Yeah, there we go. So now you see the pad, it looks silver, but it's completely flat, which means I've taken all the solder off.
Just too close.
Oh. Good?
Yep.
Alright. That's all I can think of for now.
Hi Sean, could you let us know how you mix between the paste and flux?
What do you mean? Like how...
How you mix it? Mix them.
Okay, I might as well just get some paste and show you right now. Alright. So you would have a tube of this, but I'm just gonna use this old janky stuff. Oh god, that smells horrible. Okay, so I've got a bit of paste here, and you can see how it's really thick, right? Nothing like that. And so what you would want to do is you take some flux. So the ratio that I think of is probably about 3 parts solder paste to 1 part flux. This paste is really old and dry, so I'm using some extra flux in it. But for yours, it should be fine just having about a 3-to-1 ratio. And then you just mix it in with the paste, just on the paper. This paste has probably been in this lab for like, I don't know, yeah. It's probably been here longer than I've been around. flux. We'll try and chunky, but you get the idea. See how it's a lot thinner now than it was before? The flux will thin out your solder paste. And if you put too much in it, then you end up with a big puddle of flux after you're done soldering, which doesn't look that good. And if you don't put enough, then the solder doesn't flow. But the ratio is not super precise. As long as you get it enough that you can have the solder flow properly, that's usually better. And it's better to have more flux than not enough, because you can always clean it up later, whereas if it's not enough, then it won't solder properly. So yeah. I don't even know if I can use this stuff. Yeah.
So you want to have that tail, right?
Yeah, you want to be able to have that kind of a tail on it so that you can use it on more precise. Does this even melt? I'm gonna find out. Alright, well that's pretty much all I have to say for the tutorial. You guys should be able to figure it out from there.
Cool.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to see if this will even work.